You heard of freeze-dried coffee, right? Well, this is like a freeze-dried human, a corpsicle.
Hey, what's happening? So a film I've always loved is Iron Man. Not that Iron Man, I'm talking about the Iron Man, the Japanese Iron Man, Tetsuo the Iron Man. Now, I hadn't actually seen this film in about 4 years, I think. It'd been a long time, but a cinema near me actually re-released it, and so I was able to see it on the big screen with big speakers, and what an experience it was. I love this movie. As a visual experience, it's unmatched. It's just so beautiful to look at. The body horror is disgusting. It's just a visceral movie. And the music as well, all the industrial vibes it has, it's all incredible. If you haven't seen it, do go watch it. It's only an hour long. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, the entire time the film was playing, I couldn't help but think in my mind, whilst looking at all of those beautiful images, what could I do to take a photo inspired by this? Because I want to. I love the style of this so much, but I just don't know where to start. And then on the entire train ride home, I was just brainstorming ideas, just thinking and thinking. The answer was right in front of me. RoboCop. He's the perfect representation. Obviously in Tetsuo, it's a man being overcome by scrap metal through a disease, but I mean, close enough. He was overtaken by metal, just not through disease. Now, am I just using this as an excuse to take more pictures with RoboCop? Absolutely. It's RoboCop. I love RoboCop. I love the character. I love the movie. If you've seen my letterboxd, you know how much I love RoboCop. I'm going to gush about RoboCop multiple times on this channel. It's RoboCop. So I also have picked up a small rig cube light. So I'm gonna head to an abandoned factory that's somewhat near me, and let's just see what happens. See what I can come up with. So I'm at the factory. This is my second day here, as yesterday we had a small situation, we'll say. Fun fact about me, I am a fucking idiot. And I forgot my camera. I did still take a picture using my phone. I just wasn't happy with how it turned out. I don't think it's bad, but the positioning of RoboCop, the story I'm wanting to tell, I don't think it came across as well as I wanted it to. So I've come back with new ideas, and most importantly, with the feckin' camera. I'll show you what I've got set up. So this is how the scene is currently looking. I've basically just gone around, grabbed as much scrap as I can find, and then just sort of laid it out all over the area. In camera, here's how we're going. I've got my shutter speed at 1/1000. I have some atmosphere aerosol with me, so I'm hoping the faster shutter speed's gonna help really capture the fog. Aperture is 1.8, as I was hoping to get a much blurrier background. That was one of the main things I didn't like about yesterday's picture. And then I've balanced it out with ISO 400, because even though I have my cube light over there to light up RoboCop, it's actually still, as you can see, pretty bleak out today. So it's come across really dark with a lower ISO. I've also got my small rig panel light with me, which I'm gonna use to add some color into the background. So let's take the shot, and I'll see you guys in the editing room. So, post-photo breakdown. This is the final image. Usually what I'm doing is taking different elements that I like from different pictures and merging them together to create one final image. Despite the fact I took loads of photos today, around 50, I actually only ended up using one. So this image here is all I needed. There was, for me, the perfect amount of fog in the background, There wasn't too little, wasn't too much, which was a massive problem I always have with atmosphere aerosol. And then I just went through the camera raw filter. I played around with the colors a lot more than I usually do. I was playing around with the color mixer tool. Since the original is just the raw photo, it looks very flat, but adding a bunch of different filters, playing around with a few different settings, I think have really brought life into this image. The colors pop quite nicely, and the background as well, I think, stands out quite a lot more. So obviously there's all the metal in the back, and there's the backdrop of the metal shutters. The wires were ones that I brought along myself to add in, as I just thought might decorate the set quite nicely, and I think it's done a pretty good job. So for me, Tetsuo the Iron Man is a film that's about when does a human stop being a human? At what point has he become so overcome by metal that he is just more metal than man? RoboCop is a perfect example of that, and so that's why he's kind of looking here at his hand. He's more perplexed than anything. He's just thinking, what is happening to me? What is happening to my body? What has happened to my body? Now, usually when I'm working with RoboCop, you will use the head that has his helmet, but for once I used the head that's mostly his human head, because I thought for the expression and also just for the message I was trying to convey, it worked a lot better for that. Now, as I previously mentioned, I had taken a photo on my phone. It wasn't my favorite, but I'll quickly go over it. I think my main issue is just the lack of control that you get using a phone. I couldn't fully play around with the ISO, the shutter speed, and the aperture. And it was primarily the aperture that was really getting to me. This background is just too in focus compared to this. I did try to use the phone settings to get the aperture down, but it looked too artificial. I still think it's a fine picture. I really like the colors, especially this blue in the background. I think I've made it look quite natural. Mainly just it was too dark at the bottom here, and I was able to lighten it up and have it just gradually get darker as it goes up. Another massive issue I had actually was this little hard line here was really bugging me, but I was thankfully able to crop that out. And re-angling it as well, I just think it looks quite nice with the lines going across here. RoboCop's nice and central. There are things I definitely do like about this picture. I just wasn't happy with it, and especially with what I was trying to do with the whole Tetsuo idea. So went back, here's what I came up with. Please do let me know which one you're a bigger fan of. I personally prefer this one. I'm not sure if I'm biased because it captures the story I was going for way better than the other one does. But as always, I'm open to criticism, and also differing opinions can be fun, so let me know your thoughts. So that's going to be it from me. You can find both of these pictures and behind the scenes footage over on my Instagram and my TikTok. And then you can also find reviews for the films that inspire me over on my Letterboxd. All links are in the description below. Catch you around. Editing's going to be impossible with you, isn't it?